For today's lesson, we will be talking about a bundle of nerves. With Unit 3, our focus is really on making inferences. So to make inferences, we use what is suggested but not directly stated in a text to better understand characters and events. What we're really talking about is a character's emotions and feelings. So in this text, you will connect to that. A bundle of nerves. What does each poem tell about the performers? I walk into the cafe, my friend Solana right behind me. I look around the packed room and gasp. "Look, Keisha, over there," Solana says. She points to a small table in the back. As we push our way through the crowd and grab the table before anyone else can take it, my heart is pounding. There's a low stage at the front of the room, bare except for a microphone. I can't believe I'll have to stand in that enormous space where everyone can see me. I look at Solana, shake my head, and say there's no way I can go up there. Suddenly, the stage lights up and a man wearing a green shirt and a big smile steps onto the stage. "Hey, how's everyone doing?" he says. The audience claps and cheers. "I'm your host, Javier, and we've got a great program tonight, but I'm not going to keep yapping. Let's get this show moving. Put your hands together for our first poet, Tyrone Martin." The room erupts again as Tyrone bounces onto the stage and grabs the microphone from Javier. People shush each other until the room is quiet, and Tyrone finally begins. "You just don't understand me. It's really such a crime. Always be this or do that. You diss me all the time. Well, I've got news for you. You don't have to think I'm cool. I'm fine with who I am, and I know how much I rule." Tyrone struts around the stage, stepping to the beat of his poem as he repeats it. The audience cheers and whistles the second he finishes. Okay, get your highlighter ready. We're going to start highlighting this text for inferences. The first inference we will highlight is, "I look around the packed room and gasp." Here, Keisha is revealing that she has anxiety. "My heart is pounding. I can't believe I'll have to stand in that enormous space where everyone can see me. There's no way I can go up there." Keisha again is experiencing anxiety. She's nervous. It's hard for her to stand in front of a crowd and give a speech or a poem. We know that Tyrone, however, bounces onto the stage. He also says, "You diss me all the time," and he also struts around the stage. An inference for Tyrone would be that he is filled with confidence. He knows exactly what he's talking about. He's up there to perform, and he's going to get his point across. We are now on page 43 of the text. Javier jumps back on stage and says, "Let's hear it for Tyrone." When the noise dies down, Javier says, "All right, everyone, let's give it up for our next poet, Megan Porter." Megan steps carefully onto the stage without looking at anyone. She stands in the middle of the stage, turns sideways, and hides her face behind her hair. I can hardly hear her at first, and everyone in the audience leans forward to catch her words. Sharp voices snap, dark eyes burn, heavy doors slam and echo. Why do they do it? The same thing every night. They're tearing me apart, snapping like twigs that crackle in a bonfire. Why do they do it? They say, "We love you." It's not your fault, but those are only words falling softly to the ground. Why do they do it? I need to show them, help them, make them see. We need to stay together. We're all quiet for a second, and Megan stands frozen on the stage. I like her poem, but I'm not sure how to respond to something so somber. Someone starts to clap, and we all join in, but Megan's applause is quieter than Tyrone's. "Thank you, Megan," Javier says as he gently helps Megan off the stage. "All right, who's next?" Solana pushes me forward, but my legs turn to jelly and I can't make them work. With your yellow highlighter, we will now highlight for inferences. Remember that inferences are feelings or emotions from the characters in the text, and they help us understand the story better. So we know that Megan steps carefully onto the stage without looking at anyone, turns sideways, and hides her face behind her hair. I can hardly hear her at first. Megan is shy. Her poem is sad, and she knows it. But she's also shy about being on stage. When she says, "Sharp voices snap, dark eyes burn, they're tearing me apart," we know that Megan is sad. The word somber really helps us understand this text because it's a combination of depressed and sad. Towards the bottom of the page, we have Keisha again, and she's saying, "Legs turn to jelly and I can't make them work." Keisha is still experiencing anxiety. She's not yet ready to go on stage and perform. We are now on page 44 of the text. Just then, a group of older guys starts chanting, "Leo, Leo, Leo." The guy who must be Leo stumbles on stage and starts making up a poem as he goes. Mary had a little lamb. The little lamb got in a jam. The big bad wolf helped Mary out. Now Mary wants to sing and shout. The audience boos loudly until Leo leaves the stage. One of his buddies elbows him and all the guys laugh. Javier reappears on stage looking confused. "Well, Leo, that was interesting. Anyway, our next poet is Keisha Harold." I stand slowly and walk to the stage. The hand holding my poem shakes like a cell phone on vibrate, and I can hardly hear the crowd because my heartbeat is thumping in my ears as I step carefully onto the stage. This is my city, my crazy city. Feet pounding the pavement, hiking boots and spiky heels through the night, dark sky overhead, bright lights, camera, action, laughing voices, shouting, screaming for attention. Look at me! People rushing, cars and buses, bicycles and taxis, out of my way! People everywhere like insects, scurrying, swarming, buzzing. This is my city, my crazy city, my frantic, free-spirited city, New York. The crowd cheers and claps and whistles like crazy. I smile a smile so wide that all my teeth show, and I enjoy the warm spotlight on my face. Now we are ready to highlight our inferences. Leo stumbles on stage and starts making up a poem as he goes. Leo doesn't care, which is not a wise idea in a New York City coffee shop. New York City takes the art seriously, and to show up and just do a poem like that is not appropriate. One of his buddies elbows him and all the guys laugh. Again, Leo does not take poetry seriously. Now we switch over to Keisha Harold. She says, "The hand holding my poem shakes like a cell phone on vibrate. My heartbeat is thumping in my ears as I step carefully onto the stage." We know that Keisha is still experiencing anxiety, but she's going to do it. She's getting on stage and she's going to perform. I smile a smile so wide that all my teeth show, and I enjoy the warm spotlight on my face. She did her poem. People clapped. Everyone was enthusiastic. Keisha is now able to smile and relax.